Hey YouTube, this is your boy Ali. Hope everybody's staying safe out there. Today I just want to update you guys on my accident that happened last year, which I did not discuss, and I feel like this is the time that I share it with you guys and kind of tell you a little bit about what happened last year in August. So, as you could tell, today was surgery day, and I have a full arm cast. And before we get to that, I wanted to request that you guys subscribe to my channel, and I would like to put out more content for you guys. So make sure you subscribe, hit that thumbs up. I think that would really help me put some better content out there. Let me know your thoughts and comments, and let me know what kind of videos you guys would like to see, and we'll take it from there. So last year I had a tremendous injury riding my bicycle. This was after I was going riding every night, just as my normal routine bike ride. So I put the GPS on, I rode around my house a couple of times, and then I'm like, you know what, let me just go take it for a little ride, because I could get a better workout. I actually went for a 5-mile ride, and I got a really nice bike, so the hydraulics makes you feel amazing when you go up and down bumps, and you could do tricks and all that. I went into the community next, and they have a nice hill that you come down from and everything. So I went up the hill, and then coming back down, I was actually going about 15 miles per hour, I would say. And while I was coming back down, there was nobody on the road, so I was crossing over from the sidewalk to the road. And as soon as I was crossing over, there was about 6-inch gap in between the grass and the sidewalk. So what happened was, when I was crossing over, my tire, I couldn't see that at night, so my tire got stuck in the middle. And as soon as my tire got stuck, I was going 15 miles per hour. I kind of flew outwards, right? And I was gonna land on my face. So the next thing, of course, subconsciously, I put my hand out. As soon as I put my hand out, I hit the palm area and my wrist area, and pretty much just fell really badly with all my weight on my forearm and my wrist. And next thing you know, my wrist snapped literally in half. You could see the x-rays right there. It was a really bad injury. And not only that snap, if you could tell, there's also dislocation at the wrist level. So my ulnar bone, which is located in parallel to the radius, was pretty much pushed out, almost out of the skin. Thank God it did not go out of the skin, and my skin did not puncture. Otherwise, it could have been a higher rate of infection. I bumped my head. Thank God I was wearing a helmet, and it was just a really bad injury overall. It was unexpected. So it was 10 o'clock at night. I saw a girl on the phone, and she was talking to somebody on the phone, and as soon as she saw me, she came running over. She's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I just did not respond, because I was in a state of shock. She called 911, the ambulance came, the paramedics came quickly. My arm was laying like this. So they picked up my arm and they literally put it on top of me. And they put it on top of me, and they harnessed it down so it doesn't move around. And then they gave me some really, really strong stuff. I was literally laughing and giggling. It was some strong MDMA stuff they gave me. And so anyway, I went to the hospital, and they took me to the ER right away. And so the doctor came. He saw that I had a really bad injury, obviously. So they did X-rays, and then they did some adjustments on my wrist. So what they did was they pretty much put the wrist back in place, and X-rays don't show ligaments because it's a soft tissue. Only MRIs would show that. So, or I think CAT scans do. No, actually MRIs would show that. So they put my wrist back. The main break was on my radius. It was pretty much snapped in half. So then what happened was they next morning they scheduled me for surgery. They put 2 plates and about 8 screws, and they put the radius bone back together, and put a cast on my arm for like 6 weeks. And I had to rest during all that time, and it was just a painful experience for me. I took a lot of meds and, of course, painkillers that the doctor prescribed. So you're probably asking yourself now that today is what, May 20th of 2020. So what happened this time? That's a great question, and you should be asking yourself that. So when they fixed the radius, at that time, obviously your distal radius and your ulnar bone is kind of in 2 different locations. So they only fixed the radius part, which was more emergent at the time, and they had to fix that right away, and that has healed really well. Now my wrist started causing a lot of pain, and every time I turned my hand, my bone right here would pop up and get locked with the other bone radius, and it would just be painful, and I was not able to pick up anything heavy or past 30 pounds, and it was just really painful, and I just didn't know if that was going to get better. And then I spoke to the doctor. They did more x-rays, and they were like, hey, seems like and of course they did visible inspection by pressing it and all that, so that kind of determines what the problem could be in that area. So they figured out that it was a ligament torn, and that need to be sutured back for wrist to get straightened. So what they had to do was TFCC, ligament repair, and that repair is pretty much what they do is they cut open the wrist, they put the cameras inside, and they pretty much put an anchor in the ulnar head that ties the ligaments to that bone, so that bone stays in place and it doesn't move up and down. So it's the problem that happened was called distal radial ulnar joint instability. So every time you're turning your arm, your ulnar bone would jump up and down, and of course it's not tied to a ligament, so it would be really, really painful. So finally, I wasn't gonna get the surgery done, but everybody kept telling me you're still a young guy, and you should get it out of the way and before it gets worse, and I took their advice, and I actually went looking for like the best doctor in Texas area. After speaking to the doctor, he called me in. He was very thorough. He knew exactly what he was looking at. He told me exactly what the problem was, and he has done over 1,000 surgeries like this, and so I felt really confident in his expertise to be able to resolve this problem, right? So I went ahead and scheduled my surgery with him, and today was the surgery, and I gotta say, I feel better. I feel good. I mean, I'm not feeling pain there right now. Maybe that's because I'm on pain med right now, but I'm not feeling pain. But this cast is gonna stay on for about 6 weeks because, well, this is not a cast, it's a splint. So next week when I go to the doctor, they're gonna remove this and put a hard cast on my arm, and that's gonna stay for at least 6 weeks. Just wanted to give you guys an update on my injury, and and I might not be able to put out some content for at least another 2-3 weeks, maybe not as much as I have been. Again, I would ask you guys to subscribe to my channel and hit the thumbs up if you like the video. Ask me any questions. If you had a surgery, let me know about it. And I would like to know what kind of surgeries you had. You had a sports injury, what kind was it, and what did you do? Drop in the comments, ask me questions. Let me know what kind of content I should be making.